Aggregate demand and aggregate supply, two of the most basic concepts in macroeconomics, and guess what? You gotta know everything about them. But don't worry, that's what I'm here for. So, first up, some basic definitions. Aggregate demand. It is the total planned expenditure across the whole economy, because in macroeconomics, we like to focus on absolutely everything. It is calculated with the formula consumer spending plus government spending plus investment plus net exports. Now thankfully you don't actually have to use this formula too much. It's mainly a multiple choice question like what does C stand for? Now, aggregate supply. It is a bit shorter than aggregate demand. It is simply the total value of all goods and services supplied across the whole economy. Again, the key word there is whole. Now a big problem people tend to have is the word aggregate. This is not microeconomics, we use the word aggregate demand and aggregate supply. If you call it anything else, you get it wrong and you're going to lose marks. Alright? So, if you get it wrong, we'll send you to North Korea, we'll have your friends rounded up by their guards, they'll be executed, we'll hand their bodies over to Pedo Bear, bomb your neighborhood, and send you to the moon. Alright? Don't get it wrong. Now, those of you who might be more on the ball would be thinking, I seem to remember there were some graphs from microeconomics about supply and demand. Could there possibly be ones for macroeconomics? Well, you're right, and here's a graph now. You may notice it is remarkably similar to microeconomics. The main differences are just the axes labels, and the labels on the curves. We have price level, real national output, aggregate demand, and short-run aggregate supply. Just like in microeconomics, these curves can shift around and change the equilibrium price. Now, those of you who might be looking at the short-run aggregate supply curves could be thinking, short-run? Could there be long-run aggregate supply? Well, the answer is yes. It is a vertical line which represents the productive possibility frontier of the economy. This can also shift around. And if you can remember all of this, well, you're going to get some good marks in the exams and you're on your way for the big bucks.